Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, I have some more interesting metrics to show you guys to get you ready for the next leg up, for Bitcoin's next rally. Yes, this bull run is not over, and I do have more metrics and great news to talk about. Also, an update on the very important EIP 1559 hard fork that is coming to Ethereum. And there's several other things I want to talk about. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, articles, and guides on CryptosRUs.com. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Today's a mixed day. Today's a mixed day. And why do I say that? Well, if you look at Bitcoin, yeah, it has come down slightly, only a couple percent. But I think this is perfectly normal. And the reason being, well, look at it. We had 10 straight green days, and now we're having a little bit of a breather. 4 days coming down, and this is perfectly normal. It does reset a lot of the indicators that was screaming overbought short term. But long term, this does not change anything. Where can Bitcoin go? Well, it can go down a little more. Maybe it retraces back to about 35, 36, or it can hover around here for a little bit and start moving upwards. This is short term. Now, why I say today's a mixed day is because even though Bitcoin may be coming down a little bit, several altcoins are still gaining. And not only that, they're gaining in a pretty significant way, especially if you look at the last 7 days. So if you look at Bitcoin right now, over last week, it's still a little bit in the green. But look at Ethereum, still up a staggering 10%. Even XRP's at 12%, Polkadot up 24%, Uniswap 50%, Chainlink 23%, Solana 25%. So you could see that it's mixed, and there are some in the green today even as well. So overall, I think the market is still in a pretty good shape, still looking or getting ready for this next leg up. And I do have some interesting things to share with you guys. All right, so let's start with the first one. So according to this article, more like stock to flow. I know you guys have heard of stock to flow, but there is another variation of stock to flow, and that's deflection. And this was posted by Will Clement. And take a look at this. What is stock to flow deflection? Basically, how far off Bitcoin gets from the stock to flow model. And if you correlate that and you can look down here, right? So basically anything under 1 according to this model is meaning that you're deflecting away. And the further you deflect away, the more I guess ferocious a climb comes afterwards. So, according to Will and according to stock to flow deflection, look at our point right here at the very bottom right? Bitcoin has never really been this far off from the stock to flow since the very, very, very early days in 2010, 2009, 2010, which really didn't even count at that point. But if you look at it now, it is very far off. And the thing is, stock to flow, a lot of people look at stock to flow as a model that is, too ancient, something that is too, doesn't correlate with Bitcoin well enough or fast enough. I mean, there's a lot of haters and naysayers now about stock to flow, but yet it has stayed true. And it's pretty amazing for a model like this to have stuck with Bitcoin all these years, despite the FUD and FOMO and the halving events and everything else, right? So this deflection, even though you do see the deflection does get a little bit further off every single cycle. That's why the deflection is actually going down. But it has held true at every time. You do see kind of like that bottom point where the deflection is really far off. you see a major rally. And that's what we're seeing right now. So that is also very, very interesting on-chain metric that I think we need to pay attention to. All right, so there's that one. This one also shows OTC buyers. And who are the OTC buyers? Whales. So look at this. All of a sudden you see token transfer. There's a huge spike on the very bottom side, right? You see a huge spike upward. So what does that mean? Well, that means some OTC buyers, or one or many, anticipated that we were near bottom and they decided to buy a whole lot of Bitcoin. So again, these are the kind of like charts and metrics that I like to show you guys that does indicate there's a lot of buying going on behind the scenes, despite what the price may what the price may make you think. Sometimes Bitcoin is weak, sometimes it's very weak, but despite that, there's still a lot of buying, especially within the OTC market, which doesn't affect the price at all. There's a lot of whale accumulation, and this is not a coincidence. So this is also very, very interesting. All right, what else is there? Well, let's look at this one. Bitcoin outflow from centralized exchanges. This also shows a lot of buying and accumulation behind the scenes, because if you look at the outflow from the exchanges, it is very, very, very negative, meaning that there is a ton, over 100,000 Bitcoins that is leaving the exchanges per month at this rate. And whenever you see a large amount of Bitcoin being removed from the exchanges, being taken away from the spot exchanges, that means there's a whole lot of buying and a whole lot of people that are just holding at this point. And the further that goes down, the more, again, ferocious the pump or the rally becomes afterwards. So that's what we're seeing right now as well, which is why we've recovered from our 28 or 29,000, and we are sitting a full 10,000 higher. But this is only the beginning. If you look at this, you look at some of the previous periods, like last year, right around March of 2020, you could see that despite the fact Bitcoin going down, look at the reserves coming out of the exchanges. Tremendous amount. And that is why Bitcoin had a tremendous V-shaped recover back and started heading higher. And look at the climb from 10,000 to 60,000. Look at how much was coming off the exchanges, right? And we're seeing a similar case right now. Very similar. 100,000 Bitcoin per month is outflowing. That's a tremendous amount if you think about it. All right, so those are two metrics I want to show you guys. Also, there are a lot of big news, but I did want to cover the London hard fork, which will implement EIP 1559 that a lot of you guys have heard of. It seems like it has been moved back by a day. It was supposed to be tomorrow, August 4th, but you have this countdown that one of my guys sent me, and hopefully this is correct, but it looks like it is. You could even watch the London hard fork live on YouTube, hosted by ETHStaker. I'm not sure if he's a developer or someone, but it seems like it has been delayed by a day, which isn't too bad, right? There was rumors about this being delayed for a year or 2022, but it looks like no, things are still on track. Just one day, 7:43. So we don't have to wait very, very long. And this is one of the reasons why Ethereum has been going up pretty well within the last week. And also, yesterday I created a video about NFTs, which wasn't very popular. It seems like a lot of you guys have no interest in NFTs, although it's definitely a segment or niche that's not going to go away anytime soon. But what's interesting is when I was looking at all the dApps and games that are popular right now that is involved with NFTs, like 99% of those was riding on Ethereum. So besides the Ethereum London hard fork, whether or not this is going to cause a pump or dump afterwards, it's irrelevant, because going forward, Ethereum is only getting stronger. The dApps, the users continue to go up, and as they figure out scaling, it's only going to help them even more. But institutions already know that, which is why they're putting more and more money into Ethereum at this point. So this is a big thing coming on the 5th. All right. So what else is there that's pretty positive? Well, there's a lot of FUD about this new infrastructure bill and how there's going to be imposed taxes on anyone, including like the miners, right? And basically, the law states that anyone that holds and sends tokens, I guess, to put it simply, are required to do KYC and also required to pay taxes, right? So that includes the miners, it could be coders or, wallet makers. I mean, it could be dApp makers. I mean, basically, it's very, very encompassing. Well, even the people that created this clause, they even said no, that the miners and coders will be exempt. So there's a lot of FUD around this and how it's being pushed through. And it could be, but there, when anything gets pushed through, there's a lot of revisions, a lot of changes. But even the people that have created this for crypto is saying, no, the miners and coders will be exempt. So this is very positive. So we'll see when this actually really gets pushed through or not, how long it's going to take, what this encompasses. But there was a lot of FUD around this the last week or so. And I said, you know what, there's really nothing we could do or nothing we could say right now until we see what the real proposal will be like and whether or not it passes. Because we know these things, it's very big. It's always very encompassing at first, and then it goes back and forth and it gets decreased or it gets bigger sometimes because a lot of things gets tagged on. So we'll just have to see, but this is very positive as well. Very positive as well. What else is positive? Well, Wells Fargo starts offering crypto investments to clients, to their wealthy clients. So the Wealth Advisement Group is now, or has been confirmed, to start offering crypto investments, most likely Grayscale Trust, because JP Morgan already does this. JP Morgan's wealth division also have started to offer Grayscale Trust to their wealthiest clients, and now Wells Fargo is doing the same thing. Again, this is not direct Bitcoin exposure, but it's kind of like the next best thing, because the more Grayscale Trust that they buy, like GBTC or ETH or whatever, it's going to cause Grayscale to buy more Bitcoin and ETH, and this gives them exposure. And the fact that even Wells Fargo is offering this or JP Morgan is offering this is because of interest. Okay, besides institutions, besides whales, besides retail investors, there is just a lot of people that's very wealthy, and they want to get themselves exposed to the fastest growing asset class that we have, and that's crypto, right? And this is the reason why the banks, even though they really hate it, they have no choice. They have no choice but to offer their clients crypto exposure, and that's also very, very positive. Is there anything else that's positive? Well, two other things. Those of you guys that are utilizing crypto.com, you can utilize their app to buy and sell, to stake, to buy NFTs. Crypto.com does really everything. But they enable withdrawals of USDC for users worldwide. So now they have a new partnership with Circle to enable USDC deposits and withdrawals. And why this is positive is because this is taking away from the reliance of USDT. We know USDT does have some I guess a cloud over it, right? We don't know whether or not they really have the funds that they claim they do. Is there going to be, regulations that shut it down, right? So what I like to see is that USDC, something that's created by Circle, that is backed by Coinbase, based in the US, regularly audited, something like USDC take over, and it is. The new USDC being circulated out there is growing, while USDT has stayed flat for a very, very long time. So more and more we see exchanges and wallets and dApp makers support USDC rather than USDT. So this is good too. Now, lastly, what's not good, I guess, is more bad news for Binance. Binance discontinues futures and derivatives products in Germany, Italy, and Netherlands. It's bad for Binance, but it's good for the overall ecosystem. I've always said that futures and derivatives, including leverage, wrecks people. People that get in and jump on Binance or other exchanges like Bybit and others like BitMEX and Bitfinex, generally speaking, they're going to get wrecked. and the less of these derivative products and futures and leverage we have, the better it is overall for the entire community. That is my belief. Some people will argue, no, I made so much money from leverage, George. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, maybe a small percentage of really, really highly skilled and lucky traders maybe have made some money, but over a long course, they're getting wrecked. But who's not getting wrecked are the exchanges that offer them because they're collecting their fees regardless if you win or lose. So we know Binance has a lot of regulatory uncertainty right now, so they're getting rid of all this stuff, which I think is good. It's bad for them to go collect less fees, but Binance is not going to go away anytime soon. They're still the premier exchange, the biggest one out there with the most tokens out there. And overall, I think Binance is here to stay. They will work with the regulators or remove whatever products they need to. And this will help the entire ecosystem. And I think it's going to help them in the long run. So there you go. All right. Bitcoin is coming up a little bit while I'm streaming. So I have that effect on Bitcoin. I mentioned about the altcoins today. There are several altcoins that are still in the green and they're doing fantastic. For example, Chainlink fans. Chainlink is still up and Solana is still up. And look at the staggering. I think I mentioned these already. Staggering growth within the last 7 days. And you go down the list, like today, Luna is also pumping. Staggering 59% growth over the last 7 days and 21% today. So you do have some winners. And a lot of the NFT plays are still doing pretty good too. And you go down the list. You know what? Today's not a bad day. It's a mixed day. If Bitcoin can find a floor, a temporary floor, and continue forward, well, a lot of these will start turning green very soon. NBD's dominance has come down, hovering around 45%. So that's also pretty positive for those of you guys that are holding altcoins. All right. I do have a new sponsor today, and it's a very interesting one for those of you guys that like Solana. Solana is onboarding so many new projects recently. Well, here's a new one for creators, and it involves NFT. It's called Only One, the very first social NFT platform that is coming on top of Solana. And they have been working very hard behind the scenes, and they are very well invested. You could see Alameda Research, which basically they're like the premier investment company, especially with Solana. The Solana's ecosystem, they have also invested in this project, as well as several other big brands. Animoca brands, you have NGC Ventures, which is like the investment arm from Neo, and several others like exchanges like Gate.io and so forth. So very well-backed project already. But what is a social NFT platform? Well, it's for creators. It's like for people like me, and maybe I could utilize them in the future. But basically, as a creator, once you pass KYC, you create this new NFT, I guess, subscription almost, okay, where you could come out with exclusive content. So, but rather than pay like Patreon, where you're paying like a monthly fee, right? You can just simply stake your tokens, your like tokens. So you can stake your tokens and collect part of the fees, and you can get exclusive content from the creators. So it's really, that's all it is. But they do introduce something called NFT farming, which is very different than some of the other players out there. So for example, a creator could create some kind of video clip, exclusive video, exclusive, anything, art. It could be anything that the creator creates, right? And as a fan, you could bid for it. You could get exclusive access to it and own it, or you could just get regular content that the creator wants to share. And also, you can actually stake it and share the transaction cost between the owner and the creator, and also earn staking rewards. So they're introducing a couple of concepts together. So very, very interesting right now. Actually, they did do they went on Radium, which is the premier AMM on Solana, and I did have an IDO today, in fact, but it's all gone. Over 3,400% filled, and it was a lottery system. It's all done. So the interest in this project is very, very high. And right now, they're still in the development phase. In Q4 of this year is when they're going to do their public launch. They're going to launch their mobile app, and they're going to bring more stuff going forward into 2022. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Only One, the very first social NFT platform. Honestly, these days, any promising project that comes on Solana gets some big backing, especially from Alameda Research. So if you guys are interested, check out their Twitter, check out their webpage. It's in the description of this video. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. All right, let me see. Let me see if I scroll up. Let me see if I missed anything. Pactra says, thoughts on the blockchain BlockFi credit card? Like this? Yeah, if you want a credit card, not a debit card, not a prepaid card. If you want a credit card that rewards in Bitcoin, then sign up for blockchain. BlockFi's credit card. They have opened up their wait list. They're onboarding more and more people. So yeah, check them out. You get 1.5% Bitcoin in rewards. That's a lot. That could add up over the years. Definitely add up. Check out Harmony's NFTs. I know Harmony is doing a lot of things with NFT and with DeFi, right? I haven't checked out any specific marketplace for Harmony, so I'm not sure if they do, or you mean a project that's on board, but I haven't seen any NFT marketplaces come on yet. But maybe I missed something. I know that they have a big partnership with Sushi that brought a lot of DeFi on top of Harmony, and they have several others. But yeah, Harmony is a project I do like and support. Ben says, I own me, but I would never buy NFT from them. Some people, NFTs are just not for everyone. It's just not for everyone. Yeah, even myself, I haven't bought any NFTs yet. Right? For collectibles, I like physical stuff like basketball cards. I've mentioned that many times. But a lot of people are making a tremendous amount buying early NFTs or very popular NFTs and selling them, especially with play to earn games, which seems to be getting hotter and hotter these days. Robinhood stock up 18% before they fully embrace crypto. I don't know if they're going to fully embrace crypto. I mean, millennials still love their meme stocks, but millennials also love crypto too. Yes. So if they can open up, if Robinhood can open up withdrawals and they add in more crypto, so they could definitely become a powerhouse. But right now, obviously, it's Cash App that allows withdrawals. And of course, PayPal is out there, but they don't allow withdrawals. So it's just a matter of time. All these financial apps, fintech apps, they open up withdrawals, and that's going to be very positive, right? I mean, just think about how many users out there. Like PayPal alone has 400 million users. I don't know how many users Robinhood has, but all these apps, right? Even Webull, which is a financial trading, stock trading app, they also have crypto. But if all these open up withdrawals, it's going to be fantastic. But even if they don't, just the number of people that's on them that's go FOMO into crypto when things go up, that's also going to be good too. Katu says, completely agree. I lost 40,000 in leverage because I thought 30K BTC liquid price was safe when it was at 65. Yeah, everyone always thinks they're safe. Everyone always thinks they can outsmart the market makers. Sometimes you just get wrong. When you talk about taking profits, do you mean cashing out, converting stable coins, or earning interest on stable coins? Well, the second, what you said, Bobby, is the best way to do it. Yeah, stable coins, except USDT, which is a little bit hairy, but like USDC or BUSD or Paxos, right? If you're earning interest on them, why not? Why not, right? So if you take out profits, it depends on your situation. Some people need to cash out and go buy a house, pay off bills, then obviously you can't put into stable coin to do that. But for everyone else that is taking profits, you could put it on the sidelines into a stable coin and earn some interest with, say, BlockFi or any other project out there. And then you can take it out and put it back in crypto if there's a dip. So putting the stable coins right now seems to be the smartest move, unless you need to really withdraw and cash out and do something with that cash. But if you're going to plan on keeping in crypto, why not? Why not? Cam says, I enjoyed the last video on NFT project, should be more popular. Yeah, I thought so too, but it seems like a lot of people are just not ready for NFTs or do not believe in it. But there's just so much cash that's flowing into NFTs right now. All right, now I'm catching up to the chat here. David, appreciate it. Thoughts on nulls, short-term, long-term? I've supported nulls for a long time. And they still do have a lot of promising project coming on board. And they have that Nerve project too. And they have bridges. But right now, they're just stuck in a ultra low cap territory. And until they break out of there, they're not going to get the attention they deserve. So it's really a matter of just seeing if they could get enough users and break out. 88, appreciate it. Why did Luna pump up? And why are they so strong right now? I don't know. I must have missed something if something was announced today. But I've supported Luna from like when they were a few dollars. And they do just seem like they have a really good system. They have already a support from a very popular app in South Korea. And also they have created a whole ecosystem, Anchor and Mirror, and they're all based on their stable coin. The Terra USD, and plus they're onboarding new projects as well that takes advantage. So they have a really good setup. So overall, they seem like they're a very good project. What else? BitBoy thinks the bull cycle will end September, October this year. It could, but I think it's a little too early. And I think that the cycle could continue on. It may not be like previous cycles, not as well defined, where you can see certain metrics and show Bitcoin is come down 85% or whatever. This next cycle, when we top out 100,000, 200,000, maybe we come down 50% again, like what we just experienced, right? And then we continue on. Doesn't mean that we have to be in crypto winter for like 3 years. So this next cycle could be very, very different. But when the top will be, it's going to be very hard to guess at this point. At that point, after we break above 60,000 and continue on, I'll be looking at a lot of the metrics just like what I'm looking now. And if a lot of them are saying, hey, we're at the very, very, very top, we're overheated. And generally, even without looking, because Bitcoin just shoots up and altcoins shoots up to the moon, that's when maybe a top is coming, right? So I do plan on taking a little profit as we go up. I've said that, and I will help you guys do that as well. TNB, a huge platform like ETH. What's TNB? Time New Bank. Oh, this is an old project. I don't know too much about it, Rex. I remember seeing that project, or maybe I'm thinking about something else. But I think it's an old project. Polkadot. I haven't really used it, but it's, premier DEX on Polkadot ecosystem. So there's a lot out there. For every chain, there's usually a premier DEX. All right. For example, Uniswap for Ethereum, PancakeSwap on Binance Smart Chain, Radium on Solana. I mean, every chain has one. So Polkadot, I believe, I can't think of any off the top of my head that isn't. But even KuCoin has one, KuSwap. although it's really hard to get on right now or get coup swap tokens without going on the exchange themselves. But yeah, there's always a premier one for every chain. And some do well, some not so well. Even, what is it? Polygon has one. QuickSwap, that's their premier one too. If you have to choose one of these for a bull run, would be VeChain or XRP. Oh, easy, VeChain, for sure. Any reason behind the scene why Matic is lagging? No, there's no reason. It seems like that until it pumps, and then you just forget about it. There's no fundamental reason why it's lagging. There is none, and you're not gonna find any reason. Does Coinbase listing Shiba on institutional side mean anything, or it's just process? It doesn't mean anything, and there's no institutional side. Coinbase, if they do list, they usually list on Coinbase Pro first, and then they go to Coinbase. So just because it's on Coinbase Pro does not mean it's meant for institutions. No institution is buying Shiba, okay? Just don't kid yourself. No institution is buying Shiba. David, thank you. Scrolling down. Someone says stop shilling ETH Max. Is someone shilling ETH Max? I'm staking Varsity right now. Okay. If you believe in it, great. Why not? Why not? I'm not a big fan of Varsity. I don't think their counter or patent on counting views is that significant, but they do want to get into esports and everything else with that, with streaming, live streaming, esports, you know, having tournaments and stuff like that. They seem to be very into like Theta's territory, but their main patent, I don't know. I just don't think it's a big deal, but maybe I'm wrong about it. All right. Q Diddy, just calm yourself. Calm yourself, even though that comment is hidden, but just calm yourself on that. A couple of people asked about Chainlink being at 1,000 by year end. Probably not. I mean, I even created a video saying Chainlink at 800, and people are just like bashing me. It's like, look, your stupid prediction, right? But at the time, I was looking at Bitcoin being at 300,000 by end of the year. That's why I think Link could go to 800 by the end of the year if Bitcoin's at 300,000, which still can happen. There still can happen. A lot of things happen towards the end of bull cycles. This is why Bitcoin rallied from 6,000 to 20,000 within a month in 2017. And who knows? This year, in October, November, going to December, Bitcoin could rally from $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 all the way to $300,000. And if that happens, man, you don't want to be sitting on the sidelines. First of all, you don't want to be short. And second of all, you don't want to be sitting on the sidelines because every single altcoin will shoot up 10, 20, 50, 100x from where it is now. So I based on every prediction where I think Bitcoin's go because I don't think any of them have truly decoupled from Bitcoin. So that's number one. So I look at a multiplier ratio versus Bitcoin. Now that ratio can grow over time. Like right now, if you look at it last year, you could see, yeah, definitely a lot of projects look like they have decoupled from Bitcoin because they have grown quite more. But we know that that's not really true because Bitcoin dives, they all dive. But during certain periods, they do hold stronger. And during certain periods, they pump much, much harder. This is why I say you have to be diversified. Some, Bitcoin maximists will argue you just go all in Bitcoin. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you add in and sprinkle some big caps and small caps, they could definitely help carry your portfolio. What hits $1 million first? The cheapest Cyberpunk or one BTC? I don't know. I don't know if CryptoPunk, or I always call it Cyberpunk. CryptoPunk could actually hit 1 million for the cheapest one out there. I just don't see that ever. Bitcoin to 1 million for sure. I named my crypto kitty George. Well, I'm glad to hear that. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Overall, Bitcoin consolidating after 10 straight days of up, right? Maybe it comes down a little bit. You could see stochastic RSI still coming down, RSI is coming down, MACD's coming down. Maybe we do go down a little more to about 35, 36, or we turn up because there's more buying. It's kind of unpredictable sometimes, just like people predicted we would go lower at 29. But you know what? Besides Bitcoin coming down a little bit, altcoins are doing well. They're doing well. They're holding well. And I've shown you guys some amazing metrics and amazing news that should help you make your decision going forward and help you stay in the game and help you attain life-changing wealth. All right. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.